Replay from time index 924.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Miniature Adventures. So today we are going to be reviewing something not from Alien. Something alien, but not from Alien, or that canon, or should I say canon franchise. So this is actually from the realm of Star Trek. Now we've covered some Star Trek stuff here on the channel. We've done the Borg, which I absolutely love. And we've done some of the Federation stuff, which I really like. Today, we're going to be reviewing some Klingon terrain. Now, this primarily is geared towards, say, Star Trek Adventures, the Star Trek Adventures Red Alert Skirmish game. You could also use this for Star Trek Away missions, I think. But primarily, you can use this for any kind of ship. You could paint this up how you want and have it as any kind of alien craft. You know, maybe it's a mercenary ship or something, but it is designed as a Klingon ship, as we will see. Now, from this view, straight away we can see a lovely, beautiful layout. Now, this is printed at 100%. It took about a kilogram of filament and about a week to print, give or take the whole lot. And that was on standard settings on my Bamboo Labs A1. Now, you can see these miniatures are from the probably the Modifius range of Klingon warriors for Star Trek Star Trek Adventures, and it really is great. But I think you could definitely scale this down if you wanted to about 80% to kind of get the realistic kind of dimensions. This is really set for maybe 32mm scale. But let's take a look. So the chairs are all removable, same with these pillars. Now you can glue them down if you want to. I didn't, because I like the idea of being able to up and move them. You get some doors with some beautiful terrain on them, like detail, I guess. And then we have a nice big one back there. And then all of the screens actually come out, and you can basically paint them however you want. So this is black, but I could put stars on it. There's these ones here, which are slightly smaller. You could definitely put some Klingon screens on there, and then the same here and here, and just kind of put whatever you wanted. Maybe you want like Red Alert and you want to flip them in and out, or you know, or Borgified if they've been assimilated, that kind of thing. But let's take a look at the terrain. So I'm going to get the minis out of the way. These, by the way, are fantastic. Now, I'm not a great resin printer. I really am not. I could probably get more detail out of this. But these are beautiful. And if you do plan on playing the role-playing game with miniatures, I would definitely recommend it. I think you can buy them as well. I printed these myself. So let's just take a quick gander at all of this. So firstly, one of the control panels. I love this kind of like tight space, because the Klingon ships really go for functionality over form. They really don't care what it looks like as long as it works. And we've got that here. We can see this with all the pipes and ductwork that's exposed that you wouldn't see on a Federation ship. And then I love how detailed all of these control panels are. You could definitely use a like an AMS or something to colour all those in rather than paint them. I will probably end up painting them, just because I feel like it's a waste of filament with all the poop that you get. Then we have the view screen. Now it does come with supports which I've chopped off and need to kind of clean up a bit more, but it comes with a non-support version too, which you could kind of print it that way, I guess, which would solve that problem. And then here we've got the second kind of control room, which again I really like the look of. I like the fact it's mirrored. It's pretty much the same as this one, just mirrored, which is great because that's what you kind of want on a starship. And then these are fantastic. Now I did print these with supports just in case, but most of LV427 stuff doesn't need supports, and you've got those there. I like the fact that the command chair is raised up, just like in the Klingon ships. And I believe there was a scene where Riker goes aboard a Klingon ship.
Pypia's claw was excellent. I also enjoyed this Breguet lung.
And the roe keg blood pie?
Delicious. Good. Then you'll also enjoy this
Klingon ship to serve as an officer, and so you could kind of recreate that. And here we've got one of the bulkhead doors. Absolutely beautiful. The level of detail on this is fantastic, and like I say, we've got all the ductwork exposed just like you would have on a Klingon ship. Same here, it's mirrored. We don't need to repeat ourselves. I am loving the texture as well as the design pattern on this. It really does speak to me Klingon, because, you know, again, functionality over form. They don't have carpets and things like that. It's literally just grills, which is really nice. Now, you then get these control panels. So you can basically, you would glue those on. I actually didn't think to glue them. I thought that maybe you might want to swap them out. So you only print one of these and just print these out. But you can glue them or not, depending on what you want to do. And then we have the command chair. Like I say, for my minis, it's a little big. So I'd probably shrink it down to maybe 80. I think it's like 87.5% is the 32 down to 28mm. So we've got that. But if you want playability and, you know, space to kind of, for your players to get in there, then stick to the 32mm. Here we've got one of the other controllers. I love this, and I love the fact that we've got a little chair. You could even put, you know, 3 chairs if you wanted more. And like I say, we can pretty much change the screens on there. Then we got the main entranceway to the bridge. Now, they are planning on this going further, so hopefully we'll have like engineering, things like that. So that would really be kind of cool to have that. And like I say, you don't have to use it as a Klingon ship. You could use it as a bounty hunter ship, a mercenary, or just a rundown cargo freight. But yeah, loving the detail here. And then we've got the other side, which is basically just a mirror of the other controller. And I like that, and it really is good. And like I say, I didn't put this on as, you know, high detail. This is how detailed these come out. And it really does speak volumes to the team at LV427 that they go into this much detail for these kind of sets. It just really does make me smile, the stuff that they're coming up with, and the fact that they're bridging out from not just, you know, the alien stuff, but they're also doing now Star Trek and things like that, which I'm a huge fan of Star Trek. Now, I've not really played any Star Trek skirmish games much. I have tried to play away missions, but I don't really have many people to play with, so I don't know if I can, you know, get this on the table. I'm hoping I can, because that would be fantastic. I do have a couple of friends that might be interested that usually play the alien stuff, so we'll see. I'm just going to set this back up so you can kind of see. And again, there, it really does take no time at all. Now, you could glue this all together. Absolutely. I don't. Even the big rooms for, say, the Nostromo, I don't glue together because I feel like storing them is so much more easier and less likely to break. And then we got this one here. So guys, that's it. That is the Klingon bridge. Give you a quick kind of dodgy cam view of it. Look at that. Like, that is just fantastic bridge. So that is the Klingon ship. Now this, as well as all the alien stuff, pretty much any other terrain you see on the channel is available as an STL from LV427, or from us as a printed file. We do have a print service now, so just drop us an email. The link is in the description. We can get you a very competitive quote on this and all of the other terrain. So thanks again, guys. If you haven't already, please subscribe and hit that like button, and put in the comments below, what do you think of this? Where do you think they should go with this? And we'll see you again next time.